Class 8, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. So without wasting a single moment, let us continue with the same chapter, that is your eventful summer. And so far you must have understood the beginning of the chapter, okay, and you are quite familiar with the characters of the lesson also. Clear? So now let's start with the second page of this chapter. Let's continue with the next page. Okay, meanwhile I was telling you about California. Okay, she was nearsighted and she was, a very strict caretaker of Scout and Jem. Okay, now let's read ahead of it. Clear? Her hand was as wide as bed slat. Bed slat means the flat piece of wood, okay, which is very hard. When if you hit it, okay, to somebody else, then it's you will get a tight, you will get hurt, okay. So her hand was like that. It has been written, her hand was wide as bed slat. Slat means flat piece of wooden used to make beds. Okay, it means her hands were so rough. Okay, why? Because she had to do the household works. Okay, she was always ordering me out of the kitchen and asking me why I couldn't behave as well as Jem when she knew he was older, and calling me home when I wasn't ready to come. Means Scout is complaining here. Okay, she complains that California always wanted her to behave like Jem, though she knew that Jem is older to her. Okay, then Scout is, you can say that she is just a bit of wild child and gets disciplined by California only. And California used to complain that why she does not behave like her brother, though she knew that her brother was older and might have forgotten that both the children having such gaps, okay, having such gap, cannot behave in the same manner. Clear? So she knew he was older and calling me home when she wasn't ready to come home, but still she she forced her to come when she used to play. Her battles were epic, you can say, full of attitude, long, okay, full of argumentative battles they were having, and one-sided. Why she had written one-sided? Because California would always win. California always won, okay, because she wanted Scout to be disciplined, to be a disciplined child, okay, mainly because Atticus always took her side. Atticus father always took her side, because he also wanted California to control, okay, his children, so that they could be the better children. She had been with us ever since Jem was born. Okay, she had been living with them since Jem was born, and I had felt her tyrannical presence as long as I could remember. Tyrannical using her power very in a cruel way. Okay, since so many years she has been living, she was you can recalling she was using her power in a very cruel way, and and what she thought that California use her, okay, she is very ill-treated woman. Scout think that she used her power in a very, you can say, senseless way. Okay, so as long or as far as Scout remember, she did not want California to control her. Clear? Our mother died when I was 2. When she was 2 years old, mother died. So I never felt her absence because she couldn't remember how her mother looked, okay, how her mother had spent her time to, nurture her. That's why she couldn't, miss her. She was, she belonged to the Graham family, okay, and Atticus met her when he was first elected to state legislature, okay, state when she had been elected, okay, to a state legislature. So that was the first time when they both met to each other. He was middle aged, then she was 15 years his junior. She was 15 years junior to Atticus. Clear? And what happened? Jem was the product of their first year of marriage. The first year of marriage, Jem was born. 4 years later, I was born, and 2 years later, our mother died of a sudden heart attack. She got, expired because of sudden heart attack. Who? Mother. Okay. They said it ran in her family. Ran in her family, you can say certain, ran in her family means any qualities, any diseases, okay, any ability which comes from family, which goes or which shift from generation to generation, okay, which many members have, okay. You can say that certain qualities or diseases keep reappearing, okay, in all the generation of the family. That is run in the family, it means, okay. And what she said more, I did not miss her, but I think Jem did. Why? Because Jem was brought up by her, okay. She couldn't remember her mother because she was too small, but Jem was brought up by her. That's why he would miss her. He remembered her clearly, and sometime in the middle of a game he would sigh at length, okay. He would sigh at length and then go off and play by himself behind the car house. Sometime he got depressed, he got sad, okay. He became sad when he would remember his lost mother. When he was like that, I knew better than to bother him. And when he would behave like that, then Scout, she realized that it's better not to disturb him anymore. When I was almost 6 and Jem was nearly 10, our summertime boundaries means the summertime when they used to play. Within calling distance of California, we would allow, California allowed us to play within the distance of us, within the distance where her voice could reach to call us, okay. So they were bound to play within the boundaries, okay, only of the 2 or 3 houses there. As it had been written, the houses were of Mrs. Henry Lafayette, okay. Dubois house 2 doors to the north of us, and Redley Place 3 doors to the south, means north boundaries were also there and south boundaries were also there. Neighborhood, okay. They were limited to play till that distance only, and we were never tempted to break them. They would never dare to break the rule, okay, that rule that they had to play within those boundaries only. The Redley place was inhabited by unknown entity, the mere description of whom was enough to make us behave for days on end. That boundary, that place was full, full of very, you can say, entity, very creepy. It was very creepy atmosphere there, okay. Entity means the creatures, different creatures, very horrible creatures were there, okay. So it gave them a very creepy and that very frightening atmosphere, okay. And Mrs. Dubois was plain hell. Plain means, first of all, you got to know that boundaries, small neighborhood area where she and Jem were allowed to play. And plain hell. She was plain hell means that she was ill-tempered and a racist woman. Racist means one who discriminates the people from their colors. So she was a racist woman. That was summer. Dil came to us. Dil, as I have already mentioned his name, his character, that he was their childhood neighborhood friend. That summer, Dil came to us. Early one morning, as we were beginning our day's play in the backyard, Jem and I heard something next door in Miss Rachel's Hepworth's collard patch. Collard. What in by collard? A green leafy vegetables like cabbage. Okay, so they heard a voice, they heard a noise, and they were tempted to go there. Okay, to see what's there. We went to the wire fence to see if there was a puppy. They thought the puppy must be there. Miss Rachel's red terrier, that's a breed of puppy, okay, dog, they were expecting it to be there. Instead, we found someone sitting looking at us. But what did they find there? They found that somebody is sitting there and staring to them. Sitting down, he wasn't much higher than the collard. As I have already mentioned that, already told you that it's a green cabbage. Like, okay. We stared at him until he spoke. Then, hey yourself, said Jem pleasantly, happily, when Jem found that one more boy is there with whom he could laugh, he could play. So a feeling of happiness came to him, and he asked pleasantly, I'm Charles Baker Harris, he said. I can read. With a feeling of very proud. He was very proud to say or to inform them that I can read. So what? I said. I scout. She did not give much importance to what Dil said. Okay, she said, so what if you can read? I just thought you would like to know I can read. Then he pretended, Dil pretended as if they wanted to know what he can do. That's why he said that I thought that you wanted to know that I can read. You got anything needs reading, I can do it. If you want me to read anything for you, I can read it. I just thought then, how old are you? Asked Jem. 4.5. Jem asked 4.5. Going on 7. He said, going on 7. Means you look as if you are 4.5 years old. But Dil said, I'm going to, be a 7 years old boy right now. Okay, 7 years old. Shoot, no wonder then. Oh, it doesn't make any difference to him. Shoot, no wonder then, said Jem, jerking his thumb at me like that. Jerking at thumb at me. Scout yonder. Yonder means there. She has been reading ever since she was born. He also did not give much importance to what they said. And he said that, okay, that Scout, she had also been reading, okay, since she was born, and she hasn't even started to school yet, though she doesn't go to school, but still she could read. And you look right, puny for going on 7. You look too small. It is puny, not punny. You look too small to go on 7, to be a 7-year-old boy. So this we will continue in the next video. Till then, you read page number 7, and please underline the difficult word yourselves and get to know the meaning of those underlined words from dictionary. Clear, children? And if you will have any problem regarding the understanding of the poem, you can mail me. Class 8, one sentence from paragraph 2nd. I missed it, sorry, by mistake. That our mother died when I was 2, so I never felt her absence. She was Graham from Montgomery. Graham means the family, where she belonged to. And then she belonged to Graham family from Montgomery. Montgomery is a name of the place. Clear, children?